Ayo, what up, everybody? You should be seeing me over here. I decided that it was probably going to be best to just do this live with you all, and of course it's going to be around here for a video, so that way everybody can see it, because I think it's important that that we get eyes on this. Either one, for you all to get the most advantage out of the current patch, or two, just in case this is completely and utterly accidental, that it gets fixed, but you have time to have fun with it before it does. So we're no strangers to Call of Duty getting just absolutely, changed in the middle of nothing, right? So we have the Season 5 Reloaded update today. The patch notes were extremely lackluster for anything on the Warzone side, and it's one of those things that we're not really surprised by that, really. It's getting the end of the life cycle, so you don't really expect much to change. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go over here to, right here it says nothing, so I've got nothing right here. I don't know how that happened, but cool. We're going to go over here, and we're going to grab, hopefully, we're going to go over here and grab a weapon. So we're going to go to this overkill class that has nothing and nothing on it. We're just going to throw a pistol over here on the side, and then we're going to go over here and equip the nothing, because it's going to keep kicking me back. Most likely what happened right now is they're finding it, and they're... okay, we're just going to delete this class, because it obviously is broken. Okay. So let's go here, create a new one. We're going to call this one test. Rename test. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go in here and put on a weapon. And it really doesn't matter which one you're going with, but mostly it's going to be best for AR and SMGs. One of the best guns in the game right now is the Kilo. So if you haven't messed with the Kilo, this is at build cap, which is weird. It's not, I guess I already have it. Okay, we already have one equipped, so we don't have to deal with it. Okay, so we're gonna grab the Kilo right here, okay? So this is for your information. Do with it as you will, but you might wanna know it. Okay, so this is the Kilo. We're gonna just go ahead and make an absolutely maximum recoil control build, because what matters here most is for you all to see what is going on. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We've got a compensator, underbarrel, optic, and we're going to throw on long barrel, so that way the damage range is not much of a question, okay? Okay, so we're going to go into the firing range. When we go into the firing range, yeah, it's this class. Cool. We're in the firing range, right? Okay. What's going to be important, if you don't know already, up in the top left corner is the time to kill. That shows you the speed in which the gun is going to take out a player, okay? Seems like you should know that, but if you don't, just in case, it's up there in the top left corner. It shows you how far you are away from targets, accuracy, and all that stuff right here. Okay, we're going to use the Kilo right here. We're going to mount it that way that no matter what, we have no recoil, okay? Upper chest right now. 640, okay? So this is the traditional TTK for the Kilo. This is what it's going to be all the time, no matter what you want. When you get to the headshots, 480, okay? These are both important. 640, okay? And 480. So 640, 480. We're going to go back to the firing, or back into the area to edit our guns, because this is where Call of Duty had gone and messed up. Okay, so if you've been playing for a long time, you know, if you've been playing Warzone since the Black Ops integration, you know that one thing that comes in and absolutely destroys your weapon is rapid fire. Well, unfortunately enough, or fortunately enough, whichever way you want to look at this, they made it so it no longer has damage drop-off. There is no more damage loss for using rapid fire. All it does now is increase your rate of fire. So depending on the gun, you're going to get an increase to recoil, which you can't see because my face is in the way. Let's kick it over here to full screen. You're going to get an, oh, sorry, screen cap. We're going to kick it over to, you're going to see 15% recoil, 10% fire rate, and you lose bullet velocity and damage range. Okay? But now there's no longer a damage loss to the gun. So now, keep in mind, 640 to the chest, and 480 to the head. 600 to the chest, 430 to the head. So they have now removed the function of, or the negative sides of the rapid fire. So when you start getting into some of these other guns that are absolutely silly, like the FFAR that boosts its rate of fire up to 1,034, well, you get a gun that is currently 528 to the chest, 464 to the head. This is 464, y'all. That is an atrocity, okay? It shouldn't be doing that much damage. Then, we're gonna double down here. The CHF barrel now, again, has no real negatives other than recoil. So it now has a plus 19, so it evens out the headshot damage on the FFAR and increases the leg shot damage on the FFAR. Which is, why? Why? So now you can increase the speed in which you kill them with leg shots, neck shots, rapid fire. So for some reason or another, they want all of these guns to be doing absolutely just nutty numbers. Okay? So when you start getting into some of the guns like the GPR, which are already extremely low recoil, you throw rapid fire on them, and then you just go in, you go to the fire range, and you've got a 528, which is SMG level TTK, by the way. This makes all of the ARs be SMG level TTKs for almost no recoil. Is it faster killer 2 while sliding? No, thank goodness. But it makes these guns already better than the SMGs were. But wait, there's more. So now, also, you can throw these on the SMGs. So the SMGs are already extremely fast killing, right? You've already got some of the fastest killing guns in the game that are SMGs. So if you go over here again, you can then take them and put it on your SMGs, which also you'll see has no negative for the damage and only positive for your fire rate. So now if you go in here and you start using it on your SMGs, now your SMGs are absolutely nutty. So now you've got moments where you're going to be firing at sub 500 TTKs with SMGs. Now, I don't know how much you know about all that, but that's not good. What ends up happening now is you're going to end up with basically guns that are going to absolutely and utterly just break the TTK. The game can already not hold on to gunfights. Like, gunfights are already really difficult for the game to track because the time to kill is absolutely nutty. Well, now you've got that on top of the fact that you can make all these guns kill even faster. So you're going to have multiple times now where you're just going to get one-framed by a lot of these SMGs. Like, it's kind of nutty. Like, the SMGs and the ARs both are going to be absolutely coming in for numbers. Guns that shouldn't even be close to be dealing this level damage is, I mean, it's probably like the most effective specifically when you start getting into the ARs. But the fact that you're now able to turn all the SMGs into sub 500 damage as well, or sub 500 millisecond TTK, this is chest shot damage with a Jackal at 0.480. So you're looking at sub 500 millisecond TTKs. The last time we had something like this, which is a sub 500 TTK, we were looking at the Modern Warfare 2019 MP5. Sergi's, it's not a ghost perk. So basically, it's the rapid fire attachment for all the guns has completely removed the debuff. So it used to be, Surgeries, that if you used rapid fire, you received a damage drop-off for the increased rate of fire. But the rate of fire now has been buffed with the recoil, with the rapid fire, but the damage drop-off has been removed. So they are effectively increasing the TT, or they're decreasing the TTK by whatever the percentage is in the fire rate increased. So the higher the fire rate increase, the higher the TTK is gaining. So like when you start getting into like some of these SMGs that have like 12% rate of fire increases, that's a 12% increase in TTK. So you're no longer getting like a 1 or 2% buff. You're getting a 12% buff on the PPSH. You're getting a 10% buff on things like the Jackal. So like the PPSH now is to the chest is hitting 528. 400 milliseconds for headshots on the PPSH. 400 milliseconds. How fast do they patch it? I don't know. That's the crazy thing, is you've got these guns that were already borderline just like nukes. Absolute nukes. You've got things like the Compact 92, right? The Compact 92 has a 1091 RPMs. You can throw the rapid fire to get another 10%, so 1200 RPMs on this thing. And then you can throw muzzle brake, long barrel, so that way you get the maximum amount of damage range on that. Vertical grip, and then I guess you throw on like a sight or something. But you've got a 1200 RPM gun that is absolutely just cooking through things. Now, granted, you have to chase this thing down, but it's one of those things that, like, especially when you start getting into like this closer dummy where you're not missing. 464 to the chest. That's 464 to the chest. Now the PPSH was getting 400 to the head. This is 464 to the chest. Like, these guns are going to be obviously harder to use, but they're going to absolutely burn a hole in people. So that's 400 milliseconds too for the. So that makes the PPSH even better than the Compact is now. Things like the PP919 can run rapid fire. The PP919 has no recoil as it is and it gets a 14% buff to essentially enough its damage, because you're receiving all damage out and no damage down. So that makes the PP19 hit at sub 600 milliseconds. Like, that's insane. Like, that's an insane change to these guns. You've got a 430 millisecond TTK on the Bison, on the PP919, on the little Bullfrog. It's been called a bunch of different things. So this change, this rapid fire change, is kind of astronomical, because this is going to completely and utter, so it's a 9% change for the XM4, Joey. So it's a complete and utter change to the way that these guns are going to run. So the XM4 can now hit a 600 millisecond TTK, which means it's faster than the old Kilo. Headshot is 496, but that's with a miss. So let me mount here real quick. This is with so 480 milliseconds. You're gonna have to chase it down, but guess what? Who chasing aimbotters won't, right? Well, there's that too. So that's a 400 millisecond TTK. The new PPSH attachment, I don't know. So the XM4, if you don't miss any shots, is a 400 millisecond TTK. 400 if you land in headshots. You start getting into some of these other guns, and I don't even know, man. Some of these things are going to be 448, 592. So if you've been feeling like you've been dying fast, I want you to know that these TTKs are faster than the AVR was just killing us. Like, significantly faster than the AVR was just killing us. Like, I don't think people understand how much this is going to absolutely one-frame you. And I would love to sit here and downplay it and say that this isn't going to be a problem. It's absolutely going to be a problem. Could LMGs be affected by this? They are affected by this. So any gun that can use rapid fire is seeing this change. Now, granted, the things like the marksman rifles, not as much, but still going to work. So things like the AEK that weren't really making it because it was being forced into using the full auto mode, now rapid fire no longer has the drop off. So now you're firing at 12% faster, but you've got the full damage model. So basically, like, I mean, that dropped the TTK on this thing by 10%. Thing's still not good because it's still the AEK. But once you get over into the LMGs, like the PML, granted, this thing is going to be absolutely and utterly unusable. It does have access to rapid fire. So this one, actually, it looks like the LMGs actually still feature the loss on the TTK. So they didn't want the LMGs to get better up close, it looks like. Oh, never mind. The Fing does not take a loss. So the Fing is still on the menu. So the PML isn't, but the Fing is. So that means the Fing is still garbage because it still had that damage taken out from it. But I mean, as far as comparatively to what it was, it's better. So it makes it a 600 TTK. Let's see here. GPMG, this is a gun that always needed some love. Rapid fire, this one gives it a 10% buff, but of course it took a massive damage dump on the back end. So that makes it at least semi-viable as an AR. Sub 600 on headshots and a really low recoil. Things like the XMG, let's see here. We'll go over here and do rapid fire. Yeah, people are going to die even faster because of the registration on the servers not being good. 700, 600 on the on headshots. So these are LMGs, and so they're obviously like lower recoil, usually generally weak. Oh, this one oh, that's my sniper. Let's go over here, rapid fire. So basically, this one makes it back into a functional AR. Sub 600 on headshots. So yeah, so this change to the way that these guns are running is going to be problematic. Before this, the only guns that did not have a negative to rapid fire were the pistols, but now it's all of them. Now it is all of them. And yeah. So here's the thing. If you don't start using rapid fire on these, you're probably going to be at a loss. And it's a 400 millisecond TTK, 500 millisecond TTK to the chest. So yeah, so get out there and try these builds. I mean, try to out some of these builds. Like, it really, realistically, you need to, because if you're not getting into the into these rate of fire builds, you're probably gonna be at a hard life. This is 560 to the chest with this one, 432 to the head. So yeah, so rapid fire is absolutely going to break the way that these guns work. The TR2 can't use rapid fire otherwise because it takes off the full auto kit. There you go. Yeah. Look out, casual AI. I'm making a comeback. Yeah. So I just wanted to go ahead and make this video. And I figured it'd be easier if I showed you all live, just because it It's just easier to understand that way. So yeah, I'm gonna be running this stuff tomorrow to show you how it works in the game live run. So I look forward to seeing you. Share this with some friends who are gonna be needing this information because they're gonna get cooked. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the morning. We're live here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1 p.m. And look forward to having you around. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, peace.